Have you ever been in that situation trying to get that controlled and realistic sunlight look, but your budget just won't stretch to cover all the gear you need? I've definitely been there. I want to share something that's made a huge difference in my lighting setups. A method that's faster, safer, and also rather save some budget. The thing about realistic film lighting is that it's tricky. The more you care about it, the more you notice all the little details that make or break the shot. Height and angle. Natural light often means your source needs to be high up, especially if you're trying to light through windows on different floors. But getting lights that high usually involves cherry pickers. Stands are gonna be limited to let's say about 4 meters without going into a bigger league of budget and logistics. While still playing things safely though, so no shitty rigs. Distance and brightness. If you're using hard light, it needs to be far away to get those nice and clean shadows without any weird double shadows. But the further away the light, the brighter it needs to be. Again, not cheap. But even if it's soft, doesn't really matter actually. There's still the inverse square law that could indicate that the light is too close by. When you're dealing with bigger windows or trying to cover a large area, you don't want the light too close or too far. It's a fine balance. However, most of the projects don't have the budget to allow for that. But how can we still achieve such without increasing the budget? Well, we can use physics to our advantage. Luckily, there are brands like the Lightbridge or Godox No-LED that already discovered this and made solid products for us to already use. I noticed this in a reflector lighting systems a couple years ago, and I've been implementing them into my work as a gaffer ever since. Is this technique new? Not exactly. It's actually been around for a while. People have used it to light up entire valleys in winter, and even in ancient times, like when Archimedes supposedly used mirrors to set enemy ships on fire. It's not exactly the same, but still, CRLS take this concept and apply it to film lighting. So why are CRLS boards so awesome? Because you're reflecting light from a distance, the shadows now look more natural and the whole scene has a better sense of depth. These boards come in different sizes and different levels of diffusion, from full mirrors to softer, more diffused options. You can shape the light exactly how you need it. Efficiency. You don't need as many stands with a bunch of racks, so setups are a bit faster and easier, especially if you're working with a small crew. Flexibility. CRLS boards are perfect for tight spaces, low ceilings, or when you just don't have the budget for all that big equipment. Even if you can afford the big setups, CRLS are safer to rig and still give you amazing results. If not, even better results. Look at this for example, they obviously had the budget, but the gaffer decided to put the mirror reflector up instead of the 18K. You can even use these to redirect the sun to wherever you need it without any electricity or strong lights. And once you start using them, it's hard to go back to the old ways.
So you know, once you start, there's no going back.
I've been implementing CRLS and mirror boards into all kinds of setups. Moonlight, car rigs, key lights, rim lights, you name it. I'm even using one right now for my key. Godox recently sent me one of their Liteflow kits to try out, and I've been pretty impressed with how it stacks up against the Lightbridge stuff that I've used. And it's also a bit cheaper, I think. I work with both systems though. Depending on the project, I rent the 100 centimeters kit, which is typically going to be the Lightbridge one, but I've also seen rentals starting to get the Liteflow 100s. For example, I've got the Liteflow 50 kit, and it has room for a couple more boards, so I added my Lightbridge Diffusion 4, which I already own. I'm also probably going to get a Diffusion 0 soon as well. The cool thing is the rigging mounts work across brands, so you can mix and match depending on what you need. Godox also sells the CRLS mounting pen separately, which is huge because these Lightbridge grip bags are just ridiculously expensive. To showcase you a scenario where CRLS really shine, I thought about a scene in the bathroom. Some morning light through window, but actually it's my kitchen window, so... Godox supported this video by sending me their 50 kit alongside some nice rigging kit. And honestly, after this I don't think I need much more rigging gear. This one covers me quite well already. We're gonna be sniping a RE Tungsten 650 on full float into a diffusion 1 and then back up into another one, which is diffusion 2, which is going to be attached right under the ceiling. That way the virtual light source travels a longer way, which is also going to equal in a higher angle. You wouldn't even get a result like this without reflecting the light. And in this case, it was even using 2 of them. Whether you're an experienced gaffer or just starting out, CRLS is something you've got to check out. It's made my setups quicker, safer and way more versatile. Of course you should get some practice first, because it might take some time to really understand every factor of it. It can really get quite complicated sometimes. But seriously, once you try it, there's no going back. The DPs I keep working with are also convinced, and I see more and more people using it, and I think you should too. I appreciate you if you made it until the end, and I really hope to see you in the next one. Bye.